What's your overall assessment of Dante Pettis' training camp? I would give him a B+, a B+. He didn't knock it out of the park. Like Brandon Ayuk had an A camp until he pulled his hamstring. He was just knocking it out of the park in a way that I've never seen a rookie wide receiver on the 49ers. Pettis was different. He was pulling himself up from rock bottom. His career was on the brink of being over. And what the Niners did, I think, was take all the pressure away from him, put him on the bottom of the depth chart and make it real clear. That's where you are. That's where you belong. That's your new spot, bottom. You got to work your way up. And I think taking pressure off of him really helped. Really helped. He would have these days last year at camp where he'd get 5 targets, catch 1, drop 2, and one of the passes he didn't catch would be a pick. And you could just see every day, like Jimmy Garoppolo was like, you better stop calling these passes for Dante because I'm not going there during the season. I don't trust this guy. So that didn't happen. Dante was able to build up his confidence on the second team, playing with Nick Mullins, who he has a good rapport with, and CJ Beathard. And then after about 3 days of Dante Pettis not tripping over his own shoes, they put him in with the starters and he made plays. So I think he came in with a better mindset, but the Niners were smarter with how they handled him. I think they have a better sense of his psychology and understand. Like they talked today about, they put a lot of pressure on Fred Warner his rookie year, and he responded well to it. Dante doesn't respond well to that. They learned it. Lower the expectations for him. Don't put him here. He won't rise to the occasion. But if you lower the expectations, he'll exceed them. And that's what he did this year. He started off like 6th on the depth chart, and by the end of camp with all these injuries, he was starting and playing well with Jimmy Garoppolo. And it seemed like they have now, I got to say, 2 days ago when Jimmy threw that pick 6 to Tart, who was he throwing to? Pettis. That same day that Pettis had 5 catches, he dropped one in the end zone and let one hit him in the face, which is something you don't often see at an NFL practice, Eric. You played on NFL. It's something you don't see. And if you did see it, you'd be dying. And you'd laugh at that guy and you'd bring it up in the locker room. That being said, it was a one-off for Dante. I think a B+. He's still on the team. He might start a few games if there are serious injuries. And I think what we really need to see from Dante is next year, year 4. He's not going to play much this year unless everyone's hurt. But next year, Kendrick Bourne could be gone, and Pettis will be in a contract year. He'll be a year older. And I'd like to see if he can kind of become more urgent and consistent next year like Kendrick Bourne did this year. Kendrick Bourne's always been more urgent and consistent than Dante Pettis, but he also had lapses of rookiness where he would drop passes, run wrong routes, line up in the wrong spot. You don't see that from him anymore. I think Dante Pettis could put it all together next year. He hasn't put it all together yet, but he's getting his career back together. Good question.